Hey guys, today I'm doing my thing. She's usually around when I'm doing my art things, usually distracting me, because that's what cats do, let's face it. It's been a hard week. It's been rough. Of course, obviously work a day job. I'm a supervisor of the client specialists at a dog care facility, so daycare, lodging, grooming, all of that. I don't know, things pile on when things feel rough. Like I'm getting better with my art as far as planning goes. Now I just gotta put my planning into action and get better at getting better. But like, I don't know. It's not any one big thing, and it's not like life is crazy or anything. It's just a bunch of little things that happen. I have self-image issues, and it's not all the time, but I mean, it definitely got better. I used to be a lot worse. But so there are days where I legitimately hate myself. Like I don't want to see myself in the mirror. It's very hard for me to put a camera on myself. Yesterday I was supposed to make this video and I just couldn't because I didn't want to have a camera on me, and it took me most of the morning to work myself up to actually putting a camera on. So I know this isn't the typical mood of my usual vlogs, but it's just the truth for today. I don't know. I felt like I had a slow start today, and I have a lot of stuff to do, and I'm feeling, I don't know, it's gross and cold out. Bleh. I struggle with, like, am I meant to be an artist? Because for me, art is hard. Drawing is hard. Drawing is the one that maybe comes easiest to me out of all the aspects of what I do. But even that, like, I struggle to learn everything that I do. I don't think people realize that partially because I'm introverted, I keep a lot of that shit to myself. I don't talk to people a lot about my process, about how I practice or when I've practiced, and I'm okay with theories. I learn theories very quickly. It's the practical application that gets me, and the hardest part for me is that I'll work and work and work at something, and I'll make baby steps. I'll improve. And then one day something just clicks in my head, and then all of a sudden everything improves really well, which is great. But I don't know how to force that moment. Like, foreshortening and perspective and point of view is something I always struggle with, and I'm constantly trying to improve, but I can't quite wrap my head around it yet. And I try, and I get like little baby steps, and each time it gets better. I'm just waiting for that time when it's like, there, I have it. And it takes a long time, and it can be disheartening. Some people come to things naturally, other people work really hard for it, and I've questioned whether or not that means I should be into the arts, or into drawing at least, because I struggle with it. And there's some very real blood, sweat, and tears that goes into it, but I think the fact that I'm willing to go through all that to do the things that I like to do, I think that says something, doesn't it? I've let this camera charge, but apparently I didn't let it charge long enough because the battery keeps wanting to die. It's a metaphor for my life. I don't let things charge long enough, and then everything wants to die. I was watching an episode of The Office with Nick. We've seen it before, but you know, it's one of those ones we go back and watch every now and then. There's the one where Pam has her art show and nobody shows up, and that's really sad. But the part that really struck a nerve, that phrase that people use, the part that really struck me was that she was doing essentially boring art. But I've been there, you know, like I said, everybody grows differently. And while I was struggling just to make sure that I was drawing accurately, other classmates, the same caliber of education as I had, were doing these amazingly thoughtful and provocative and well rendered pieces that were pushing their own limits, and it felt like I was so boring and plain next to them, and I was. I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say I was some genius in disguise and people didn't recognize my genius. I didn't have the same thing that they had yet. And I still feel like that. I feel like for as long as I've been doing what I've been doing, I don't have the same results as other people who've been doing the same length or even shorter than I have. And I don't know where that disconnect is. If I did, I would fix it. I know that I need to be more disciplined, and I'm learning the ways that teach me the fastest, but it's still not as fast as some other people seem to learn things. It's rare that you see the things that go on behind the scenes. You know, you don't always see all the work that people put into their pieces. So who knows? Maybe these people that I think are geniuses and doing amazingly, I mean, not that they aren't, but maybe they're going through the exact same struggles I am. I don't know.